Welcome to the 7 o'clock English news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq greets the King of Spain on the occasion of his country's National Day. The implementation of the COVID-19 Supreme Committee's decision starts on banning movement, closing public places and beaches as the Royal Oman Police confirms its readiness to deal with all issues. And the total number of COVID-19 fatalities in the Sultanate reached 1,038 and ICU patients are on 220. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq sent a cable of greetings to His Majesty King Felipe VI of Spain on the occasion of his country's National Day. With the aim of cutting down the transmission of COVID-19, the night curfew decided by the Supreme Committee is due to start tonight from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. on a daily basis until 24th of October 2020. More details in the following report.
The implementation of the Supreme Committee of COVID-19 decisions on banning movement and closing of public places, beaches and commercial stores from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. from October 11th until Saturday, the 24th of October 2020 throughout the Sultanate is due to start in less than 1 hour.
Enough is enough. We lost a lot of our people, our friends, our family also. So please, enough is enough. No more.
Some activities that were previously reopened and did not comply with the committee's requirements set will be reclosed. These decisions came in order to protect all members of the society and to ensure the ability of the healthcare sector to perform its tasks in light of the increase in the number of infections and deaths due to COVID-19. The Supreme Committee calls upon everyone, especially the youth, to fully comply with all preventive measures at the individual and collective level and stopping all family and social gatherings.
Here, thanks God that the people in the villages, they're listening to the instructions, they're adhering to the rules, they're taking all the measures and the control into considerations. They're taking things seriously. They're wearing masks, maintaining the social distancing, and also avoiding the gathering. And hope this will continue till we get rid of this pandemic.
On the other hand, public prosecution said that it will act sternly against the violators of the COVID-19 Supreme Committee's decisions, particularly the decision on banning movement and closing of public places, beaches and commercial stores.
The Royal Oman Police clarified that vehicles and people are allowed to cross during the lockdown time are vehicles used for emergency cases, cleaning and sanitation, ambulances, civil defense vehicles, trucks for transporting supplies, consumption materials, fish, oil, gas and water tankers, medical personnel and field hospital workers, and trucks that transport containers for import and export purposes from and to the Sultanate through official ports. Passengers arriving and departing through the official ports will also be permitted with proof of this, and emergency, humanitarian and sick cases that have appointments assigned to hospitals and health centers will also be allowed. The Ministry of Health announced that the total number of recorded infections with coronavirus in the Sultanate reached 105,890. The number of deaths stood as 1,038 cases, and the total of those recovered reached to 92,840 people, with a cure rate reaching 87.6%. The number of inpatients in last 24 hours reached 65, as the total number of inpatients reached 562 and 219 patients at intensive care units ICU. As the number of COVID-19 cases around the Sultanate increase, the medical cadres in the intensive care units in Sultan Qaboos University in Salalah exert great efforts to treat COVID-19 patients. On the other hand, the number of COVID-19 fatalities in the Sultanate are also increasing, which makes it necessary to adhere to precautionary measures to prevent further damage to the individuals in the community. Most of the COVID-19 cases in ICU are the elderly and those suffering from chronic diseases. The board is concerned again call on the community members to wear masks, keep washing hands, and to keep physical distance to limit the spread of the virus. Still to come on News Bulletin. Omani women exert great efforts to serve the community. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Facing COVID-19 pandemic with regard to initiative and procedures undertaken at education field, top discussions of the preparatory session at the 20th meeting of Higher Education Ministers and Scientific Research Committees in the Gulf Cooperation Council countries. The ministers, through a video conference, discussed the efforts of the GCC countries in combating the COVID-19 pandemic, in addition to project of strategic plan for cooperation in the education and scientific research fields. The Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Water Resources signed an agreement to construct, manage and operate inspection and checkup unit containers and trucks used in importing and exporting fish and their products, as well as livestock and agricultural products. According to the agreement, all the shipments of the fisheries, agricultural and livestock products imported and exported through the border posts of the governorates of North Al-Batna and Al-Brahmi. Foreign investments were recorded to have increased by 12% to reach 20 billion Omani riyals by the end of 2018. More details in the following report.
The total foreign investment reached around 20 billion Omani riyals by the end of 2018, with an increase of over 12% from 2017, while the total foreign investment flows reached 2 billion and 60 million Omani riyals. The National Center for Statistics and Information explained that the direct foreign investment made approximately 63% of all foreign investments, while trade credit, loans and trust made over 32%, and the rest comprised of wallets and other financial derivatives. In terms of spread among sectors, the gas and oil sector have attracted the majority of foreign investments, with 49% of the total, followed by the financial liaison sector, which received 25%, the manufacturing sector, which received 14%, and finally the transport, storage and communication sectors, which received 4% of the total foreign investment. The value of direct foreign trade increased 19% to reach 12 billion and 694 million Oman riyals in 2018. 87% of this came from 9 countries, including the United Kingdom, the United States, the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Al-Bahrain and Qatar. Foreign investments provided a paid income which includes earnings and cash resources from reinvestments, which reached around 1 billion and 139 million Omani riyals, with a percentage increase of 12% compared to 2017. On the other hand, the Omani external investment reached 6 billion and 814 million Omani riyals, with a percentage increase of 5.5% compared to 2017. While the total received income from external investments reached 180 million Omani riyals.
The Omani women cadres working in the medical field exert great efforts within their national duties and responsibilities, especially in the current situation of the COVID-19 pandemic. More details in the following reports.
With pride and joy, the Omani women have made their mark in all fields, and in the health sector in particular, their presence and contributions as healthcare providers have always had a great impact on their societies and their homeland.
The role of the Omani woman is an essential role and essential element to complete full good quality health service in Sultanate. Omani woman has proved themselves in many type of specialty as a doctor, a nurse, a medical technologist, medical assistant, and as a administrator as well. Omani woman is proud to face many challenges and use them as opportunity to try their best to provide good health quality for the patients.
Their ongoing endeavors during the situation of COVID-19 pandemic is a vivid evidence of the Omani women's persistence and perseverance to undertake their duties tirelessly.
We should be proud of this such accomplishment. I think her role is since long time, and nowadays she's playing a remarkable role in various sectors among the country. And as far as the medical sector is concerned, she's contributing a lot, including the areas of like administration, clinical areas as well, and non-clinical areas. We have seen, like for example, in Nizwa Hospital, we have got highly specialized doctors, very hard-working nurses as well, and pharmacists and other paramedics who are actually striving for excellence.
The efforts that the Omani women exert in the hospitals are not less important than their responsibilities as homemakers. Yet, in such circumstances, with great caution, they seek to achieve a balance between their professional and personal life to protect everyone from any harm.
We are trying to stick with the precaution like washing our hands, wearing masks to keep the physical distance as possible. For home, for myself, actually, I just keep an isolated room outside the house, not outside, in the yard actually, to go there when I'm going to, when I go to home. First I go to that room to change my clothes and just to clean myself, then to go inside to try my best to not transmit the infection to my family.
With integrity and devotion, the Omani women perform their noble professions. They are armed with the required knowledge and skills to tackle their tasks efficiently towards the development of their country, hand in hand with their brothers, the men. From the Wilaya of Nizwa, صالح بن خلفان الرحبي, الداخلية, Governorate.
Omani women are preparing to commemorate Omani Women's Day by highlighting their achievements. More in the following report.
Since the early days of Renaissance, the Sultanate government has given special attention to women, present them with equal opportunities. Now, Omani women are contributing in building the country in many different areas.
To my fellow women around our beloved Oman, Happy Women's Day to all of you, and let me take this opportunity to thank our late leader, His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, may Allah rest his soul in peace, who paid great attention to his people by providing all what is required to reach to the desired goal of being educated and capable in moving the wheel of developing our beloved country, Oman. I would like to stress that we all need to be active in developing ourselves, as all facilities are available within our country, Oman, thanks to the government of Sultan Haytham. May Almighty Allah preserve him for Oman. And once again, Happy Women's Day, which is going to be held on 17th of October. Together with our brothers male, we shall exert our efforts in building Oman further. Thanks to our Sultan Haytham for facilitating clear path to the nation. We promise him that we will put all our efforts to further develop ourselves and build Oman. So on this occasion, we are very happy to celebrate Women's Day, where we get the opportunity of being able to highlight women's excellent contribution in building the country in different areas, alhamdulillah.
A female representation is growing in the private sector. More women are working in various capacities, and good number of them are in the leading positions. Many organizations have initiated recruiting, networking, sponsorship, and training programs targeted at women and have been successful in progressing towards gender balance.
You're watching the Sultan of Oman television. Before we go into tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq greets the King of Spain on the occasion of his country's National Day. The implementation of the COVID-19 Supreme Committee's decision starts on banning movement, closing public places and beaches as the Royal Oman Police confirms its readiness to deal with all issues. And the total number of